Hi everyone, Natasha here. Welcome to Natasha's Healthy Living, where we are nurturing wellness naturally. One of the ways that I like to do that is to use a paper planner. So this is my classic size Discbound planner with mostly Jane's Agenda elements in it. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. If you want to join along, I'm going to be setting up the basic structure of my 2025 planner today. And you could grab your planning supplies or maybe just that load of laundry that needs to get folded. Grab something to do, something cozy to drink to join along with me. Stay tuned for that and welcome to my office. Welcome back to my home. I'm so glad you're joining me today. Well, happy Thanksgiving, happy December 1st, happy first day of Advent. All the things are happening today. We enjoyed a lovely Thanksgiving. We got to spend lots of time with family and even a little impromptu visit with friends yesterday. We had a gorgeous snowfall on Saturday yesterday, so today is Sunday, and normally I would have my video up for you on Saturday, but it just turned into other things, and I know with the holiday weeks, it's just kind of like that. Sometimes I can get on the ball and get things done early, and sometimes not. So today I'm coming to you up in my office. The rest of the family is kind of resting and relaxing after such a busy weekend. My daughter got to spend some time outside with her cousin yesterday. They went sledding and walked through the woods while it was snowing. It was just the perfect winter snow, the first one we've had in our area for the season. So everybody's feeling very festive and Christmassy, and it's just beautiful outside. So I have my current planner. This is my Jane's Agenda classic size planner. I have the 2-inch discs and lots of inserts, so you can check some of my other planning videos to see more of that. I've been working on some of the basics of setting up my December planning pages, but I've also been thinking about what I want to do for 2025. And so I wanted to walk you through my process. You don't have to do anything different than what you normally do. My process is not anything super complicated, and I'm just trying to keep it simple this year, but I'm also trying to think about what I want to take with me going forward into the next year. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely ready for that fresh start feeling of January. So let's go ahead and flip to today. So here we are, it's Sunday, December 1st. We did have Nancy go live this morning on the on the Jordan Essentials page. I'll try to share the link below, but you can always check out my shopping link. So all the December specials have been launched for Jordan Essentials. And then Jane's Agenda, of course, has their monthly subscription box. So if you're a subscriber, then today's the day your card gets charged. And then soon, in a couple of weeks, we'll get our big collection of all the goodies for January coming out. And that was part of what sort of prompted me to start thinking about this, is on the subscribers only page on Facebook for Jane's Agenda. Jane shares the upcoming month's subscription box sneak peek a little bit early. So we got to see January, and it's got me so excited and really got me thinking about what do I want to do, how do I want to set up my planner, all of the things. So what I did was just a very simple list. What's working, what's not working, what I want to keep or add, and what to let go of. And overall, if you want to read through the details of it, you can, but overall, the basic elements I think are working. My everyday carry planner, this planner goes with me all the time. It stays with me when I'm working around the house. I work from home several days a week, but I also work out of the house 2 days a week, and it comes with me for that as well. Currently, I have a whole holiday section in here. So this was my holiday meal planning set of inserts that we got from Jane's Agenda. I think this came in the November box, so that worked out great because I had quite a few new recipes I tried and just a list of things I needed to take to the holiday gatherings. Then this is my Christmas section. So here I had the list of things I wanted to get from the Jane's Agenda Cyber Week sale. And I got some of the main things I wanted. And then, of course, a day later, I started thinking of other things that I was interested in possibly getting. And I also needed to look in my stash and see what I had. So I haven't made this second order yet, and I'll talk a little bit more about why here in a minute. But this was where I've been working on all the rest of my holiday plans, and just it's been helpful to have this with me. There's a lot of other tabs for other areas of my life. I have one for personal, one for projects, one for home, which includes our budget and finance, one for business, which includes several small businesses that I do, a reference section and a blank section. And then there is a couple of, I have 2 extra tabs back here that came in as a sub box. So one for meetings and one for projects. So my basic structure of my planner, I know I want to keep the calendar sections. I don't know about some of these extra tabs. That's where I'm kind of evaluating, do I really want to bring all that with me? And when you look at my list here, the things that I want to work on, maybe adjusting for 2025, include, of course, keeping the things that are working, but maybe try moving to a smaller disc size. So these are the 2-inch discs, which I love because everything fits on them, but it is a lot to carry around this heavy planner when I'm out and about. And I'm thinking about trying some 1.5-inch discs. So we'll look at that in a minute. And then I'm also thinking about ways to maybe revamp how I'm tracking my cleaning and the Fly Lady system, just to try something a little different, maybe shift around where things are stored in my planner. And I think I'm ready to maybe move away from these top tabs. This top tab system was great. I did that for 2025, but I did notice about halfway through the year, I just did not have time to keep up with all of them. So I've already taken some out. And what's left are things like, so my 2024 overview, this yearly overview, I will keep some sort of yearly overview in my new planner. And then my routines and my inbox, I don't check those very often. So I'm thinking about doing away with the top tab system this year, or at least starting out the year that way. And then I have a tab down here. So within my business section, I have bottom tabs for the subcategories of the different businesses I have. So I have one for Jordan Essentials, one for Jane's Agenda and affiliates, and then a social media and YouTube tab, another one for the Chamber of Commerce because I'm on the board for our local Chamber of Commerce. So just different things like that. But there's a lot of these that I find I'm not using right now. And because I've done a lot of separate planners now, so here in my office, I have quite a few separate planners for different purposes. I'm feeling like some of these things don't need to be living in my planner. They can just be housed here at my desk. And the other aspect of that is because I've been enjoying using a daily page, there's plenty of room to make notes about things that might need to get transferred to a separate planner. So if I have something come up with the chamber, I can just make that note in here and then add it to the chamber planner. Or I don't have a planner for the chamber, but if I have something separate that doesn't need to be living with me everywhere I go, I can just transfer it to that planner whenever I get home, or that notebook. So those are some thoughts about how I want to change things, how I want to maybe try a new setup for the coming year. And one of the other things I noted was, I think Jane has mentioned this before, where she keeps her calendar pages more in the center of her planner. And I have mine more at the front of my planner, and then you can kind of see here. Let me take my pen out. So basically this whole front section here is my calendar selection or collection of inserts. And then all these things back here are either reference, projects, all the other things, and then blank pages at the back. So I'm not sure what order I want to rearrange them in, but I thought that was an interesting concept to put your calendar pages more in the middle of your planner. Now, one of the reasons that I don't know that it's going to matter a whole lot is I do like having this outer cover be just, this Jane's Agenda cover where I can flip everything around. So usually what I'll do is have it like this. So then it doesn't really matter where things are located in my planner because I can just flip and make it where this top page is the easiest to write on. All right, so that's kind of the look at some of my thought process, where I'm at with things right now as we're finishing out the end of the year, starting December. The other thing I'm keeping in mind is all of the holiday planning pages won't go with me into January. Those will get taken out and put into my holiday control journal that I keep separate, and that just gets pulled out as we get into October each year. So, you know, this time of year is when I have more in here than normal, and then in January I know I'm going to be ready for something smaller. Okay, so that's where I'm at. One other thing I'll talk about real quickly is the inserts I've been enjoying and I think I want to keep. So these are the daily number, I always forget, I think these are daily 15 from Jane's Agenda, where you've got your schedule on the left, your tasks on the right, and then the morning, afternoon, and evening separate chunks here. And you could always make them for different things. So I do like that. These pages have just a dot grid on the back. So what's nice about that is I just take one out as I finish the day, and it could be used for notes. You could see here I used the back of, this was the Saturday one, so I used the back of that to make my notes for this planner setup process, because this isn't anything real special that I need to find somewhere later on. It can just be put in my archive planner for 2024. And the other thing I like is using the weekly number 30 from Jane's Agenda. I've been using it this way, where I keep my daily on the right, my weekly on the left, and my weekly, I use the front and back of that page where I have my list of things to do, some of my habits. I have my zone cleaning and everyday daily tasks from the Fly Lady system there. And then on the front, it's things like my different lists, you know, for errands, for calls, for finances, priorities, and then the days of the week where I can just see at a glance what I have coming up. So I like the weekly number 30. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep using that. And finally, the monthly pages. So this is the month. Let's see, I need to catch up on some of my gratitude stuff here. There we go. So the monthly page, this is the November spread from the Jane's Agenda monthly page. These are, I don't remember which monthly. Oh, look at that, volume 11. So these are the, I think that means this is the monthly number 11. I could be wrong about that, but I like these where there's lines on each box. That's one of the things I always like about a monthly, is to have lines within the boxes. And I like having a column where I can just list out whatever I want to use that column for. Lately, I've been using it where I list my zone for the cleaning for the week, and then any reminders of just different events happening within that week, not the usual schedule, but the things that are out of the norm, so that it reminds me that's what's going on. So I plan to use this monthly as well. So basically my monthly, my weekly, and my dailies, I think I'm going to keep using. Now, having said that, I don't have all of them on hand. So now I think we could flip to my stack over here. So let me show you what I have. Let me pull out my little extra tray here. So that I need to set aside. Okay. So this is a stack of things that I went through my stash and collected. I have discs. These are 1.5 inch gold metal discs from Jane's Agenda. And these I got quite a while ago. So the packaging I think she uses now is a little bit different, but this is the package that these come in. And these came with 11, is that right? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. So this set I could use for a letter size planner. I don't know if she sells any more that have 11 discs. I think they all come with 9 discs, which is fine if you're using anything from a classic size smaller. But if you are trying to build a letter size planner or notebook, you'll have to get 2 sets of discs because there's only going to be 9 in there. So I have my discs, and then this is one of the Jane's Agenda covers. This is the shell cover. This is the older style where it just has the one pocket and the pen loop, which is fine. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to use that for January. So this will be the outer cover. Most likely I'll also use the January plastic inner cover when I put all this together, because like I said, I've seen that sneak peek and January is beautiful. So I think this will really go well with January, but also just with giving me kind of that fresh start feeling for the new year. Then I have a whole collection of things. So I grabbed these tab dividers. These are Jane's Agenda, and they have the months on the side. My current planner has ones that I made, and these are made with an Avery sticky tab that was on that gold reflective material, and I cut them down, used my label maker to print the numbers, and then rounded the corners. So I like those because they are thin, so they don't take up a lot of bulk in the planner, but I'm kind of ready for something different. And, you know, they don't stick amazing. So over time, when you go to lift that page up, sometimes it's just peeling off the paper. So it would be nice just to have a divider that's separate for that. But what will be the deciding factor is how much it's going to bulk up the planner. Then I also grabbed this Future Goals and Reference set that we got in the December collection from Jane's Agenda. So this all came in the December deluxe subscription box, or if you got the lifestyle box, it came in there. And I like having that, so I'm pretty sure I want to move that into the January set. Okay, so these are my daily 15s that I'm finishing up for the month of October. This was the October through December set, so this was the Q4 set. So I have through December, I did go ahead and put that into my planner, but this was just to remind me these are the dailies that I'm using. Then I grabbed some tip-ins because I'm contemplating using those. So I have a couple of different things. This is the habit tracker tip-in. So this is a monthly habit tracker. Which way am I going? Here we go. So I like these because they're universal. So you would just list your habits, and then it's got the days of the week, or the days of the month across. Now this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. I counted that right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so this has room for 9 habits. I have these, which are I think these are either called the daily routine or the cleaning routine. Let's see if this is different from this one. That's what I can't remember. And a lot of these were things that I got in a sub box. Oh, I think that's different. Yes. So this is like the daily routine tracker, and this is the cleaning tracker. And these are all tip-in size, where it's just this little skinny, like third or half of a page. So I like the idea of these cleaning trackers. It's just not what I normally do on those days. So I think that's where I struggled with using these before, but maybe I can try them again. That's one thought. Or maybe I just want to stick with this AM and PM routine one because the back is blank. So I could also just list out my weekly cleaning chores, basically from the Fly Lady, and have this be like my daily things on the front and then my weekly tasks on the back, which that actually seems like the most logical one for me to start using. And I guess the only other thought I have is, do I want to switch to a habit tracker like this? And so some of these AM and PM routine things, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, should they go on the monthly habit tracker? Should they be here? Maybe what I need to think about is if the habit tracker is going to be things like my gratitude journal and, you know, my daughter's book that I'm keeping up, things like that are not cleaning related. They're just personal habits I'm working on, my walks that I'm trying to take a couple times a week. And then this tracker could truly just be cleaning things. So on here, it might be stuff like make the bed, start a little laundry, swish and swipe a bathroom, you know, that kind of thing would go on here. Figure out what's for dinner. It's basically that Fly Lady system. So that might be what I end up doing, because I'm looking at this and just realizing it's, you know, even just things like taking out the trash. Well, our trash day is Monday, so I already know like that would not be something I do on a Tuesday. I would do that on a Sunday. That's what's kind of hard. I wish these were available as a blank where you would just write in your own, and same with this. Let's see, start laundry, clean bathroom sink, wash and put away dishes, fold and put away laundry, clean kitchen counters, wipe down the kitchen sink, sweep or vacuum the kitchen, and tidy a main living space. That's a pretty good list, but I think some of those I don't need to have it on a habit tracker because I just do them anyway. So I think that's where I'm at. I think I'm gonna skip this one and just see if I can make it work with these two here. So we'll tuck this back in here. But if you're looking for a cleaning tip-in, that might be something to check. I don't know for sure if this is still on the website, but it's E-347 if it is there. And then Let's see. Okay, so that's those two. So then I also grabbed my quick glance calendar, and that might go at the front within my planner. And then these weekly number 30s. I'll show you this really quickly. So a weekly number 30, I already have these purchased through the end of the year. So I can keep using these, and I'll have my weeklies. So that could be something that I at least put all of January, maybe February in here. But these are the same ones I just showed you in my planner. So that can be ready to go for my planner. So I don't think I need another weekly. Now we're getting into some of just the stuff I had in my stash that, sorry, let me set that aside. Okay, so these are just things I had in my stash. One of them is this whole collection of Happy Planner dailies. And part of me feels like I should just try to use these up at least January, maybe first quarter, January, February, March. Since I don't have my dailies already purchased from Jane, these aren't exactly my favorite layout, but I could make the same thing work. So essentially it would be my to-do list here. This could be my appointments on the left. It does give me a place for priorities, which is fine. And then these two boxes, you can kind of use them for whatever. I could use it for my meal plan. You know, this is fine. There's ways you can use this and it would be fine. And it is double-sided, so, you know, that would change things up a little bit in my planner, but it would just mean I might be flipping back and forth with that weekly page. You know, some days my daily page would be on the right, my weekly would be on the left, and then the next day my daily would be on the left, and I'd use the back side of the weekly and just need to flip it the other way. So I am contemplating using these up, or at least starting in January using these to see if I can manage using these and not dislike them enough that it makes me feel like I need to buy the Jane's Agenda inserts. But because I have them, I'm thinking about, well, that would make sense to use these. And it looks like I have some empty monthly pages back here. I saw, let's see if I can find it. There's one. Okay, so potentially I could even start with my January setup, which I think that's what this is. Okay, so this is the monthly tab for these Happy Planner inserts, which is fine. It's got somewhere that I can write things. It doesn't have the lines, which I don't love, but I could make it work if I decide I want to do that. And I do like the way this front tab looks. I think this will coordinate pretty well with the Jane's Agenda cover for January. So that's definitely a possibility. And then I think these were just other tabs I had. Yeah, so this is another daily if I wanted to use that. So I could potentially do another month. Now, I don't know why I don't have like a middle tab here. I must have used it somewhere. What else do I have here? These are just another, oh, this was a weekly. Let's see, some of these are just blank pages. So I did get a couple of cloth and paper. I don't know if I just got one box or two, but I got cloth and paper sub boxes a long time ago just to try them out. December, does it say the year? So those are just in there, I guess, because I didn't finish using them. Here's another tab. This was the dashboard weekly, but since I have those weekly inserts already purchased that are dated, I'm just going to use those. I thought about maybe, do I want to try to use up these weeklies, but I don't think I need to. So these have the days of the week on the right and similar kind of lists here on the left, but this just isn't my favorite look of a planner page. I guess I could use this one for February if I wanted to. So I have a lot of those, and then these are more. So I apparently have a pretty good set of the weekly dashboard inserts. So that's all just random stuff that I grabbed because I wasn't sure, but I kind of needed to walk through this whole process with you and just think about what I had, you know, what's working, what can I make work, what's not going to work, all the things. And then I grabbed some of my notes pages from Jane's Agenda. So in the end, when I completely close out my December planner, I'll probably just transfer over any blank note pages from the back. But just to set up this new one, I just grabbed some of my favorites like the graph pages, the list pages, I like the trifocus notes and the flex notes, so I can have some of those that I just tuck in the back of my planner. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and get started on the basic setup of my planner. And what I might do is once I get these discs on here, before I start adding a bunch of inserts, maybe what I'll do is just play around with how many things I can store in here. Let me get some of these out. Let's see, I'm gonna need 9. So this one can go back in here. I'm sorry, this is gonna be kind of loud on my wooden desk, but it is what it is. Try to be quieter if I can. I really like the Jane's Agenda metal discs. I think these might have been from this, I don't know if these are from the Scratch and Dent one or if they're just, I've had them a long time, so they could be things I've scratched. I'm not sure. So it'll feel good to get this part started because I've even had a few times where well, of course, like the school calendar, I've already got that added to my 2025 snapshot pages where I just put in our schedule. Okay, that part wasn't so bad. It's the second half that's always a little trickier. Hold on, I think I have someone needing to come in. Okay, I had to take a little moment to chat with my daughter about a question she had. So, all right, let's get this here. Like it gets a little trickier the farther down you go, just because it's harder to get in there with the discs. And there we go. I think these older style ones have a little bit different plastic on the inside. So okay, there's that. So then my pen, I think, oh yeah, it does fit in there, so that's kind of nice. My pen fits in the pen holder. Now let's look at a couple of different things. So I know for sure that I want so this is that 2025 like quick glance calendar section. I need to look through it and see, but I'm pretty sure most of those pages will go in. This is the set of weeklies. Let me make sure it is what I think it is. January. Okay, so this is January. Oh, I say that, but hang on, there's something back here. Are these July? Okay, so this is January through December weekly. So that could potentially all go in my planner. I don't think I did that this year, but I just want to see how much room we're talking about. Let's say I do all these goals. Maybe I'll put that at the front. Goals, reference, and future, because the future section would be essentially where things like this 2025 would go. And I know there's some extra future pages that came with that set, but just kind of playing around with this. And then this would be all of these inserts. So this is what I wanted to see, because I don't even have any monthlies or dailies in here. So that does fit. And my thought is, if I want to put my dailies in here and take out maybe the weeklies except for quarter 1, that might be a way to start things out, because then let me grab, and that's those. Let me grab the dailies. Let's see how many I have here. So this would be my January month, and I would need 31. This is 1 here, so 30, half of 30 is 15. So I'd need 15 of these pages for January. That's a trick one of my old college professors taught me. If you ever need to flip through a stack page by page, kind of pinch them and pinch one side harder than the other as you flex it, and it'll fan out the pages, which is kind of fun. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 15. So this would be my January. And then let's see where we're at. So that's full, but not, I think that would work. That's not so full that I can't manage it, and it does feel like less than what I'm used to carrying. So, okay, let's start with that, kind of start building things out and see how it goes. So, and I think that's what I'm gonna do, is only keep the weeklies for the first quarter in there. So let's start with these tabs. And I may end up switching out to a January monthly. I can't remember if that comes in the sub box. I know there's a January dashboard. And now that I'm looking at this, do I need a January tab? Maybe I'll just do it like that, because then January would be in front of there. Might be redundant, but I'll probably switch this out for the Jane's Agenda January dashboard when that comes. So I'll put all my dailies in here. And then let's go through, if I can. I'm now mangling those up. I guess I gotta do fewer at a time. Okay. And then I'll feed in my weeklies. First, let me finish putting all these tabs in. Okay, so those would be January, February, and I love Discbound planning for so many reasons, and this is just one of them, because essentially this is getting me excited and feeling like I'm getting a brand new planner for January. But you know, half of these things I already had, and they're things I could reuse or use again, or put in something else. You know, they can mix and match so easily when you're using the Discbound system. And if I get to, you know, the first week of January and I don't like how something's working, or I get through the month, then I can always just switch it around and try something different. Okay, July. And it is going to be nice to have these sturdier tabs to flip through if I end up keeping that. That's kind of the, I don't know, that's something I struggle with every time I'm putting in monthly tabs, is whether or not just to do a sticky tab, which takes up less bulk in the planner, or to do some sort of a divider, which is easier to flip, but it does add some bulk. And the sticky tabs aren't always long-term the easiest to keep flipping back and forth. They kind of get loose and start to not stick as well. And you know, there are like sticker versions. I have done that in the past too, where you can buy a sticker tab, so you would stick it to a page, but it's a little more permanent than the removable or reusable Avery tabs, but it doesn't add any bulk. So that's another option too. I just don't have any of those on hand, so I'm trying to kind of use what I have on hand right now. All right, so that is my collection of calendar inserts, and I kind of like the idea of keeping that more in the middle, and then using these 3 tabs that Jane gave us in the front. So let's see, I have my goals tab, and the reference tab. Now, currently in my planner, reference is at the back, but we'll try that and see how it goes. So let me see what's in here. Oops. Okay, so these are all the inserts that came in this goals and reference pack. Well, that was festive. Somebody in their Jeep, they are rocking it out. Okay, so we're gonna have the future pages here. Now, what I don't love is these are a Monday start, and that just throws me off. But I do like these long-term ones here. So what I think I might do actually is put this future page up front. So this is sort of like my nameplate page before any of the dividers, and then this page can go here. So they are in there that I could look at, but what I'll really be using is probably this. What do we have here? These are future, and then we have the holiday list on the back, which is handy. And then these quarterly pages. I like that Jane gave us this whole collection of variations of the same thing, so you could use them in a lot of different ways. Here's this version of a quarterly page where you've got the month. There's room to put notes or projects or priorities underneath, project and a task list, and then goals for the quarter. And then the back is wins and opportunities and notes, so you have a place for a quarterly review. Then we have these monthly goal pages, and I think she gave us, okay, so if these are goals, now I'm trying to remember where's the dividing line. So here's goals. Are these considered goal pages? These might be also goal pages. Or are these considered, it does say goals this quarter. Okay, so let's put these in the goals section. And then we also have these goal pages, and she gave us, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 different goals. So you could have, you know, the different areas of your life, and then you break that goal down into a monthly task. And then here's your reference section. So the reference pages she gave us are here. And they're just a lined page with a column at the left, and there is a section to put a reference topic and the update date. And if you use the friction erasable pens, then you can just change your date each time you update it. So I have those there. Now let me go back and look at what I have in this quick glance calendar and see if I want to add any of these pages into it. And what's in the back? This might be old. Oh yeah, that's 2024 stuff. Okay, so I don't need those. I think those were just extra ones that I had. Okay, goals, quick glance calendar. So this version I bought as a July through December 2025 set. And these are, if you want to look in the, I think these are still in the shop. I know they were sold over the summer because this was like the calendar or the academic year set that came out in July or maybe June. So it says Q0270724 because this was the 2024 release of those. So let's see what we have that's different. So I have these, which I also like these, and these are a Sunday start. Okay. Quarter 1. Okay, so this had quarter 3 and 4 of 2024, which I'm going to take that one out for sure. Let me flip back over to these future pages. And I think what I might do, so we go into that. Let me tuck these in here. So then I'll have quarter 1. These are nice for things like my daughter's school schedule at a glance, or if you're trying to plan out vacations or big work projects. Sometimes I've used them for one of my jobs. I put all of the events for the whole year for that job in there. And then we have 2025. Okay, so this was a task list for 2024. Oh, because this was finishing those last 2 quarters. Now I'm remembering how this was all laid out. So this is 2024, but it's a Monday start, so I don't need that. Well, it's 2024 anyway, so I don't need it, but I definitely, it just confuses me when I look at these overview. Oh, this is a, it's like, why can't I separate it? This is a cardstock. So this was something we got in one of the collections that had the holidays on the back. And then the 2025 task list and the 2026. So I definitely want that there. Do I want it back here with the holidays and the task list and then the 2026 on the back? Or do I want it up here in the front? Let's try it up here. Usually this list is where I put our birthdays, our family birthdays for the year, just to remind me. but you could use it for a lot of different things. You could use it for tasks if you wanted to have like major tasks, or the seasonal ones that only come up once or twice a year. This would be a good place to put things like that. And then I've got my 24 and 25 right next to each other, which kind of makes sense. So this is the only page that's kind of not something I'm going to use, but that's okay. And then we have into here. Okay, so now I feel like I've gotten that all pretty well set up, and then I'll add some pretty front pages once I get my January box. So far so good. We still have a fair amount of room in there. It's feeling much lighter. So now let's look at those weeklies. So the weekly number 30, and this was again something I bought in July. So this was W30-7-0724. And here we go. January. I need to just probably pull that over, go to January. Something's kind of catching, I'm not sure what. Okay, so here's my January. So I will have this daily on the back of that, which isn't how I would like it. I wish this was just a page of lined something or other, or notes pages. But I can tuck this in here, which might solve that problem anyway. And then, well, actually what I was doing that worked, that I want to keep doing, is find the last page. Here we go. Okay, so here's the other page that I use for my weekly. And in the middle, what I've done this month, which I liked, and I'm going to, or I should say for November, what I liked, and I'll keep doing for December, is one side is a gratitude list and the other side is my personal month affirmation and word of the month and notes from that Louise Hay Colors and Numbers book. So I always have that I like to use. This one here. So I have a video linked in the description that talks about how I use that to help me with my daily wardrobe choice and my affirmation, my word of the year, all of the things. So now we need these weekly pages. So my first week is there, and January starts on a Sunday. So that's kind of what this tab will be for, unless I want to make this, I guess I could do that. This could just be for the whole month. I could make this a monthly spread. And I am currently using December 1st in my dailies. No, I'm getting myself mixed up. This would be January 1st. Okay, so January 1st is a Wednesday. So this first set here is going to overlap for this coming week. Or no, I'm oh my gosh, I'm so no, I'm at the end of December, or end of November into December. So I'm starting December. This is the end of December into January. I'll get it straight here. So I have January 30th, 31st, and December 30th and 31st, and then January 1st, oh my gosh, 1st and 2nd, 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th, and then this would be the 7th day. So that's where these double-sided dailies are a little funny, because I will have to just kind of pick and choose where I'm putting the weekly. So we're going to say this is Sunday, this is Monday, and then I'll put my next weekly in here. So the next week will be the 6th through the 12th. So that'll be fine. I'll have Monday here. I should just do it this way. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then this week it'll be Sunday, and I'll put my weekly, and it'll start back up again. So this will be the next week. And then this weekly goes end of January and into February. So I guess I need one more set of dailies. Is that right? Let's go back and make sure I did that right. Okay, so we're saying this is going to be a monthly page. And then this and this is my first week. And I'm going to start with Monday. Let me make sure I got this right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I can always fix this later. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, I have an extra page here. And then here we go. Starts the new week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Starts the new week. Monday. So it's just going to go back and forth. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. A new week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Starts the new week. And then I need some more. So this is Monday, Tuesday. I guess I miscounted. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Okay. Wow. That was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? But we got it done. All right, so that's my January monthly, weekly, and daily inserts. So let's continue on with these weeklies, and let's just do the first quarter. Let's start with that. So I do like that down here there's this little divider, so I can kind of flip through and look for the next month. So there's March, and the only thing I'm going to do right off the bat is just take that last page and pull it to the front. Yes, and then I'll have my days set up like, or my week set up like I need for beginning of a month. And then March. And let's see, hold on a second. Okay, one more interruption. All right, here's April. So I'll pull those out and just have the first 3 months of the year with a weekly. We'll see how that goes. And then I'm definitely going to order my monthlies, I think, from Jane's Agenda. And I'll probably do that today since the cyber sale goes through tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure those are available in the shop. So I'll have everything that I need to get started for the new year, minus some of my reference pages that are in my current planner. But look at that. I have lots of room to grow and add some more things, but it's also feeling much smaller. And it'll be nice once I get my my January box to start setting things up. Looking at my stash to make sure there wasn't anything else. Oh, it was those little weekly tip-ins. So let's just put these in here where I think I'm going to use them. So January, let's see. So it would be here this first week. So let's say I'm going to do this cleaning tracker, and then the weekly page. I wouldn't necessarily need to use this for all my cleaning stuff. It could just be for notes. So we'll see how that goes. I might try doing that here in December to see if I like that. And then I also have this habit tracker, the monthly habit tracker. I feel like this needs to go with me into the week, which it could do that. That wouldn't be a terrible thing to do, but I'm just trying to decide, do I have habits that I don't want to track? You know, because we have a habit tracker on here, and this has enough room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's really, it's just a matter of if I want to see my habits as a month, and or do I have more than these spaces allow for, and I want to have a few extra lines for habits to track on here. So that's still kind of up in the air. I do think I'm going to put one of these in my current planner just to try it out and see. And I don't remember if these are still in the shop, so that might be something that might decide it for me anyways. If I can't get any more, then I'll either have to try to make up one of my own, or I do have just dot grid and grid inserts like this, these little tip-in inserts that are blank. So if I wanted to just handwrite everything out, I could. But to me, the point of these that I would like to make the best use of is to have little that I'm having to rewrite every week and have a lot of things that are just already set up in there. So this doesn't exactly solve that problem either, but at least it's structured somewhat the way I would kind of want that to be. All right, well, so there is my January planner for the start of 2025, and I feel like it's a good start. It does feel so much lighter to have a smaller set of discs and fewer inserts in there. Now, it's not completely full and finished yet, but I think it'll just be a nice change of pace and something to try. And I won't know till I just start using it, start putting in some of those January extra pages we're going to get in the January sub box in a few weeks. And then also, as I'm closing out December and evaluating one more time what's in my current planner, what do I want to keep bringing along with me everywhere I go, and what could I maybe pull out and store in other places and other collections. So that is my 2025 beginning planner setup. I hope walking through that process was enjoyable for you, maybe gave you some ideas or some ways to think about how you want to start your new year planner. Let me know if you do something similar, or if you just take your current planner and switch out the cover and call that what you need for the new year, or some sort of in-between combination of the two. Thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below, and be sure to check out my website, natashashealthyliving.com. You can find all kinds of information there about the new specials from Jordan Essentials for the month. We have a new monthly special, customer special, host special, join special. Everything kind of starts over each month with Jordan Essentials. Plus, you can shop the current catalog there and see any specials and deals we have going on that are just separate. Like right now, we have some Cyber Week sales going on. So there's lots of fun ways to shop. Plus, you can check out all my Jane's Agenda stuff. There's links, shopping links, all the things. So thanks again for joining me. I hope your December 1st is off to a good start and you enjoyed a lovely Thanksgiving if you're here in the U.S. Hopefully you're staying warm and cozy and enjoying the start of winter weather, at least here in the Midwest. Have a good one, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.